everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their teams to victory. It's the Dolphins going up against the Jets. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Back to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darren Lee. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
So the D-line's going to spread out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play.
That too.
They'll begin the drive with a J. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Detroit!
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They run again with a J. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they'd prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
Another pistol look here. They'll look to throw here on first down. He hits his running back, Jay Ajayi. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Okay, time now to meet the starters defensively for the Miami Dolphins.
And let's start with Xavier Howard, a cornerback out of Baylor. He's one of the top 50 players on my board coming out of the draft in 2016, and I don't think he's going to disappoint. Long, lean, has excellent ball skills.
Shift together here from the D-line.
All right, now, look at this in here. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
No, check, Patriot. All right, here we go. Green. No, check, Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Blitz coming and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And the catch made here by Sharon Peak. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
If post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They'll come out in the pistol.
Set. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. And he's got Peak. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Offense still needing 10 yards, second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now he'll look to throw here under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Peak's got it over the middle. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Here we go now. Move now.
There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we can make this one pretty simple. That was a rookie mistake made by the rookie quarterback, trying to force a pass without really using proper mechanics.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go.
Now it's Ajayi. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
2nd down following the incompletion. They come up in an offset eye. Back to throw. It's complete to Parker, left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. And now a first down following that long gain.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And it's 21-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Over.
They'll set up to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. Now Landry. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Going back to Landry. This time he's got him complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Over. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Now let's go.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
39. Over.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a...
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Really good job by the offense there. Every second counts right now. So for them to get out of bounds and save some time, that's a nice move. Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one's high, but not very far. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And over the middle, this is Parker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go now. All right, now, look at 56.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's complete to Parker, left side. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. In the red zone this time.
Here we go now.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll look to throw. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. Leopard.
Halfback sent in motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Landry now on the return. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up in an offset eye. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A couple of Jets there in on the stop. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Going deep here for Landry. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down.
Hurry up, let's go.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it third down and 10.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And on the ground they go with the running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
No.
They come up with an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So 2nd and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Ajayi. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They come up in an offset eye. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Ajayi hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining in this contest. And now out come the Jets. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. But, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special.